Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pandu Prima Sanjaya from University of Technology Indonesia, major in English Education batch 20. So today I will tell you quote in prose. What is quote in prose? First, the definition in context of stories or literature, plot refers to a series of events arranged in certain order to develop a narrative or story. Plot is the basic framework of story and impulse character development, conflict, and resolution. Plot helps shape to the flow of the story and provide structure to the narrative. In the context of story or literature, plot refers to a series of events arranged in a certain order to develop a narrative or story. Plot is the basic framework of story and impulse character development, conflict resolution. Plot helps shape the flow of the story and provide structure to the narrative. Okay, this is a structure of the plot itself. Next is structure. The first is exposition. Exposition is the initial of the part story where the reader or audience is introduced the character setting and initial situation. Second is inciting incident. Is an event or event that occurs the beginning of story and an important role in starting the storyline or triggering event that will occur during the story. Next is setting action. The section involves a series of events that develop the conflict and increase the tension in the story. The main character usually try to overcome the conflict and take certain action. Following action, the part after the climax where the conflict begins to subside and the consequence of the decision made by the main character begin to emerge. Following action, the part after the climax where the conflict begins to subside and the consequence of the decision made by the main character begin to emerge. Climax. The climax of the story where the conflict is its highest level of tension and the point major decisions are taken or the conflict reaches to its climax. Resolution in the story is the final part of the plot where the main conflict itself. The term in the story is message idea or meaning that the author wants to convey through the narrative or story. Then is an abstract concept or idea that the basis of the story can be found in story elements such as plot, character, setting, and symbolism. And exposition, the initial part of the story where the reader, audience, introduce character setting and initial situation. And the resolution is a story, the final part of the plot where the main conflict, the story of resolve. At the point where the reader audience know the event that have occurred through the story. The term itself. Term is story is the what is term? Term is a story is deeper message, idea or meaning that the author wants to convey to the narrative of the story. Next. This is a story having a title is When the Sea is Angry by Widya Suwarna. Exposition. In this section, readers are introduced to the background of the story, in the situation faced by the fishermen and the bad weather condition that have lasted for 4 days. This information provides an overview of the challenge faced by fishermen and communities who depend on marine products for their livelihood. This is a exposition because it provides basic context before entering the main conflict in the story. And for inciting incident from the story itself, the triggering incident occurs when Miss used report to her husband that they had a little money left, and if they fed the neighbor children as they before, they would run out of money. This creates tension in the story because it threatens the fisherman's ability to go out to sea and earn a living. Mr. Use or Pak Use action in firmly deciding to continue feeding the neighbor's children and ignoring the uncertainty of the tomorrow is the triggering incident that starts the flow of the story and directs the story towards the main conflict, namely the success of the fisherman in finding fish in the sea. And writing action itself. Writing action in the story is start from now come the fifth day. At the point, the story reaches its peak, where the fishermen prepare to go out to sea on the fifth day. This is the point where tension reaches their highest level because the fishermen's success in finding fish is vital for their survival and that of the village community. This is writing action. Part involves mysterious or pious action and the fisherman's preparation efforts to go to sea amid an uncertainty of possibility that will occur. And for the variation itself in the story, you can see that after successful fishing, pious or mysterious and the other fishermen return to land and their families welcome them happily. There were no parties at pious house and the night-born children at their respective homes. This indicates that their difficult situation has ended, and the village people are getting good results from the fish hunt. This could be considered a falling action because the story begins to wind down after the peak of tension. Climax. In the story given, the climax occurs when mysterious or pious and the other fishermen go out of the sea night and success in catching lots of fish. The climax is the peak tension in the story where the main conflict reaches its high point and important decisions are made. And for the resolution of the life itself, in the story given, the resolution part occurs after climax where the fisherman manage to catch a lot of fish. Resolution is the part of the story where all the main conflicts and tension in the story are resolved and consequences of previous events begin to unfold. And the last term. The term in this story is kindness and concern of the other. This story focuses on the main character, namely mysterious or pious, a fisherman who struggle together with other fishermen in bad weather conditions and economic difficulties. Even since he faced difficulties and limitations, pious or mysterious seeks to share and care about the poor children in this environment. The two parties at his house and fed the children even when his resources were limited. And I think that's all from me. If I have a mistake, I will say sorry. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you next time.